Hi guys, Tiffany here from Lake Life State of Mind, and it is Tequila Thursday. I have officially made it a thing. I decided last Thursday that tequila and Thursday go together, so I'm just going with it. And not only is today Tequila Thursday, but it is my birthday, so it's a special Tequila Thursday, and I am making my favorite shot in the form of a pudding shot today. I have not done this before. This is literally the first time I'm making it, but I think it's gonna come out amazing. I'm pretty confident it is because I love all the flavors inside of it. So it's so easy. I'm gonna share with you the 5 ingredients that you need. Now, my favorite shot is made up of 2 ingredients: tequila, but more importantly, this XO Cafe tequila. This is by far my favorite tequila. This mixed with a little bit of this Bailey's in a shot glass is called a Baby Guinness. Patrick and I actually won a cocktail competition for best performance. If you followed along on Instagram, you might have known that already. I also showed how we make just the regular shot on Instagram stories as well. But favorite shot, hands down, goes down really, really smooth, kind of dangerous because it goes down so smooth, but it's delicious. So this pudding shot is gonna have these 2 flavors in it because again, this is my favorite shot right here. In addition to that, we are gonna put in some Cool Whip, an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. We've got a 3.9-ounce container of instant chocolate pudding and milk. Alrighty, so those are your 5 ingredients: Bailey's, coffee, tequila, milk, did I say whipped cream, and then the chocolate pudding. I'm all over the place, but you get it, these 5 ingredients. What I have to hold these in are these little cups here, regular, just, what do they call these things? They're calling them gelatin shots. So these are actually what you would use if you were gonna make Jello shots, which we've done before. But today we're gonna do the pudding instead. This is a package of 25. And then I've just got a bowl and a couple things back here to mix everything up, but it's all gonna be in one bowl. It's gonna be super, super simple. So if you're ready, let's get started. All right. So we're gonna start off, and I'm moving stuff to the side here. I've got everything. I've just got one bowl. I'm gonna put in my chocolate pudding inside of the bowl. And again, this is instant. Make sure you're looking for the instant chocolate pudding. You do not want the cook and serve because it's not going to work out right. So we're looking for the instant chocolate pudding. I'm gonna stick that inside of a bowl. And from there, we're gonna measure out 1/2 cup of milk and 1/2 cup of Bailey's. So I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of milk. I've got my mixing cup right here. It's not mixing cup, measuring cup. I always confuse all those words together, I don't know why. 1/2 cup going into the bowl of the milk, moving that to the side. Adding in 1/2 cup of Bailey's now. And gonna measure that up in my measuring cup, not my mixing cup. And I'm gonna pour that inside with the milk and the pudding. All right, moving that to the side. I'm gonna grab my whisk and I'm just gonna whisk these all together. And you really kind of wanna mix in here, whisk it, make sure that all of that chocolate pudding powder dissolves in here. You don't wanna be taking this pudding shot and have like little pieces of powder inside. So make sure you give it all a good whisk. That's looking pretty good. It already smells delicious. The Bailey's is Irish cream, just so you all, Bailey's is pretty popular, but it's an Irish cream liqueur. It's really good with coffee. If you want to have a coffee drink sometimes, some people just put a splash of Bailey's in there with some whipped cream on top, and it's really yummy. All right, here we go. That's our first 3 ingredients. Now comes the Patron. Remember, this is a coffee flavored tequila, okay? 1/2 cup of this as well. So if you're paying attention, it's 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of Bailey's, and 1/2 cup of Patron. And I'm hoping that I get a 1/2 cup from this here. Oh my goodness, it's literally like right there. So since it's my birthday, we're just gonna put whatever left in there because why not? And that's gonna go inside of my bowl. We're gonna whisk this together. Whoop, getting tequila everywhere. Be careful, you don't wanna lose any of that. The bigger the bowl, the easier it is to stir because it doesn't go over the sides, but we're making do with what we have here. It smells so good right now. Chocolate mixed with some coffee. All right. So 4 of the 5 ingredients are already in. Last ingredient is our Cool Whip. Now this is an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. So this is the smaller of the 2 sizes. You can double this recipe if you wanted to, because we're in quarantine and there's 2 adults in the house right now. I don't think we're gonna have more than 25 of these little pudding shots, but if you were having a party, you could double this and make 50, in which case you would use a 16-ounce container of this, a cup of milk, a cup of Bailey's, and a cup of tequila. And you would need 2 boxes of the pudding, but we're just making this for us. So I'm thinking most of you are probably in the same boat as us. So we'll see how good these are. If they're really, really good, then next time around, I might just make the 50 and keep them in the freezer for when we want some more. All right, so last step is to fold in this whipped cream. And I need to grab myself a spatula, or I can ask my handy assistant, Zach, who's watching me film. Can you please hand me a spatula? I'm gonna do the big white one.
With the 8 on it?
No, the big, oh, I guess that one's fine. Yep. Smiling. This is all done at home during quarantine with just Zach and I, okay? No fancy stuff here. And it's my birthday, so let me get away with things, right? All right, all I'm doing here is I'm literally gonna put in this whipped cream and I'm gonna fold it inside of the pudding mixture. All right? You do not want to really like stir super hard because you're gonna end up deflating the whipped cream and you don't wanna do that. So you're just doing it until it gets a little bit combined, and then you start adding some more of your whipped cream inside. So this is gonna be a little bit of a process here, which is fine. I'm gonna probably break it up into like 4ths. So the first time around, do 1/4 of the container, then another 1/4 of the container, and so on and so forth. It smells delicious. I definitely highly recommend that if you have young kids in the house, I would put these somewhere hidden because they could technically think that they're real pudding and not pudding shots, and that would be a sad day. I mean, it might help the house stay quiet a little bit. Ooh, look at that. I'm dropping everything inside of my shots. How about that? Only on television or only on phones, right? I'm gonna sit this here on the lid, that way I don't get stuff everywhere. Almost there. Still mixing away, folding it up. I'm going to the middle and then kind of running my spatula and pulling out to get everything combined. Still going, still going. All right, we're almost there. Got my last 1/4 here of this whipped cream that I'm gonna add with my messy bowl that I have because of the fact that I dropped it inside of my container, but it's okay. We're working with it. And we're stirring still. This is our last little bit. So good. Seriously, 5 ingredients. All things that I was easily able to get at my grocery store. They definitely had the pudding. The liquor store was stocked with everything as far as the Bailey's and the coffee Patron, but honestly, we have them in the house because they are our favorite drinks, so we usually have a bottle and then some to back it up, and milk. So, all right, there we go. So look at that. It's kind of a light brown now. I'm going to the bottom a little bit just to make sure that I got everything. It looks like I might have just missed a little bit down at the bottom. All right, awesome. So there we go. The mixture is done. I'm grabbing myself a little bit of a paper towel over here because I did make a mess. All that's left to do at this point is to put your pudding, chocolate pudding. I think I'm gonna call this, Patrick and I were talking about it this morning and I was trying to think of a name for it. I think I went with coffee, tequila, and chocolate pudding shots. That was what I decided to name these things. But I'm gonna put them into their cups now. So these are the little clear cups with the lid. And I'm gonna use a scoop. That way I could just get even amounts of my coffee, tequila, and chocolate shots in the container. My goodness, that's a mouthful. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a scoop like so, and I'm gonna put some inside. Now, I don't want it to go all the way to the top. If you could see, there's some room that I have in here, and that's perfect because there's gonna be some expanding in it because I'm gonna stick these in the freezer, so when they solidify a little bit, they're gonna expand. I'm gonna leave them in the freezer before I, just up until I serve them, so they'll keep fine in the freezer. Of course, this lid is not working well for me. There we go, that one's better. Ta-da, like so. And that's it. So I will easily be able to get 25 of these from this here. I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, and then when we're ready to have them tonight with dinner, or I don't know, we're just gonna have them because it's Tequila Thursday, so we're gonna have them whenever. But they are adorable and I'm so excited. I will let you guys know. I hope you try them and see what you all think. You can't go wrong with them. I'll write in the comments how good they are, but I can pretty much guarantee you with these flavors that you're gonna love them. So thanks for tuning in. Happy birthday to me, and hope you enjoyed this edition of Tequila Thursday.